Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, our chairman, David Engels, opened today's conference with general remarks on the cultural philosophical categorization of social media and information technology. This has prepared the ground for recognizing the work of today's award winners. As we have heard, we should not consider social media and information technology as a curse only. Instead, in the tradition of Oswald Spengler, we must recognize them as destiny and accept them as such. This certainly does not mean, as David put it, that we should howl with the wolves. Rather, it is about being open to new media and technologies and using them for the right thing. What is the right thing to do? I think we will all agree that what we desperately need is commitment to our Western culture. We should remind ourselves and others to the phenomenal achievements that have been made in its name over the centuries. We should identify and analyze the ideas and factors that have brought about this success. And we should apply the proven principles and capacities of Western culture to the challenges of our era. Instead of simply suffering future development, we want to play an active role in shaping it. What is at stake is counteracting the expected and already clearly visible deconstruction and upcoming chaos. If we ask ourselves how this can be achieved, there is only one answer. The fertile traditions and cultural achievements of the West must be constantly recalled. It is particularly important to rekindle the enthusiasm and mental fire that has led to the development and expansion of our civilization up to now. As this is precisely what today's award winners are endeavoring to do in their valuable work, the board of the Oswald Spengler Society has decided to honor the Culture Critic and ThinkWest projects with this year's Oswald Spengler Award. I now have the pleasure of briefly introducing both projects and the people behind them. I will then try to outline the concept and the main contents of Culture Critic and ThinkWest, which of course cannot replace a personal look at the websites. ThinkingWest. I would like to encourage you to take a look at these websites. They will become regular reading for me from now on, I'm sure. Before I do so, however, let me briefly introduce the people who maintain these websites and provide them with so much highly interesting material. Let me start with our first award winner, Culture Critic. The owner of this website is Alex. Alex is 30 years old, originally from London and currently residing there. His academic background is in economics and his professional background in investment banking in the City of London. He started Culture Critic in 2020 with a desire to write anonymously on cultural and historical topics. Culture Critic mainly consists of short online articles that are intended to draw attention to the cultural achievements of the Western world. In the meantime, the website has become a full-time occupation for him, and the articles on the website are becoming more and more detailed and in-depth. He now also publishes a regular newsletter with topics ranging from art to cultural and religious history. Alex describes the aim of his works as follows, I quote, "The goal is simple, rediscover the beauty of our past," end of quote. This is why, as he said, he wanted, quote again, to present these topics in a visually gripping way, communicating what I think should get everyone excited about them, regardless of one's background. Everything from the delights of vernacular architecture to the perplexing mysteries of Mont Saint-Michel. I wanted to take the beauty and wonder of the old world and explore how it might relate to modern life." End of quote. Accordingly, most of his articles revolve around questions of aesthetics, culture, and cultural history. And they are all richly and very impressively illustrated. Let me give you a few recent titles in order to show the wide range of topics he covers. Why Classical Music Matters, first topic. Or The Evolutionary Beauty of Buildings, Why We Love Classical Architecture. Or How Were Gothic Cathedrals Built? Miracles of Engineering and Faith. How to Make Streets Come Alive, a New Form of Urbanism. 10 Big Ideas from Antiquity to Make You a Freer Thinker. How to Fix Education, What the Ancients Knew That We Forgot. The True Face of Evil, an intro to John Milton's epic poem Paradise Lost. Or How Christianity Shaped Art. And last but not least, The Hidden Meaning of the Lord of Rings, Christ Figures and Hidden Symbols. I can only warmly recommend everyone to take a closer look at the website of Culture Critic for themselves. But be careful, danger of addiction. Our second award winner is ThinkingWest. This website is run by Adam and Christian, two brothers who grew up in rural Alabama through the early 1990s and jointly developed a strong interest in both history and technology at an early age. Christian earned his Bachelor of Science degree in engineering physics at the University of Pittsburgh. There he met and married his wife, Stephanie. He then went on to earn his PhD in electrical engineering at the Georgia Institute of Technology. He began ThinkingWest in 2020 while in graduate school as a means to cultivate his interests in history and literature. Together with his wife and 4 children, he now resides outside of Atlanta, continuing work in technological research and in ThinkingWest. Adam earned his Bachelor of Science degree in electrical engineering, also at the University of Pittsburgh, where he met and married his wife, Lydia. He works in industry as an engineer and now resides in the Atlanta area with his wife and twin boys, continuing his technical education towards a master in electrical engineering at Auburn University in Alabama, as I understand. In 2021, Adam joined ThinkingWest, so the brothers co-own ThinkingWest, a media organization comprising a website for long-term content, a YouTube channel with 25,000 subscribers, and an X account with 100,000 followers. They define ThinkingWest's mission as, I quote, "to push the culture back towards its foundational values by educating the common man and rekindling an interest in the great minds and ideas that built the West." End of the quote. Or in other words, quote again, ThinkingWest aims to revive the great conversation in our digital age through promoting the study of the Western canon, classical approaches to education, and through thoughtful commentary on history, philosophy, culture, education, and religion. End of the quote. The ThinkingWest website offers a wide array of articles on these topics. Let me quote a few recent titles out of the wide range it covers. Just War Theory in Antiquity, or Leaders of Resistance, the Barbarian Kings Who Challenged the Roman Empire. How to Change the Culture According to Charlemagne. The Monk Who Saved Western Civilization. The monk as a figure. A Lesson in Cultural Preservation from Mont Saint-Michel. Or Milites Christi, A Brief History of Medieval Warrior Bishops, or The Printing Revolution, How Mass Media Destabilized the West. Consequences of Leaving an Agrarian Society, The Hidden Cost of a Robotic World, or A Crash Course in Western Church Architecture, The Capacity for Good of an Ordinary Man, see the wide range, 3 Ways to Systematically Read the Great Books. And fitting to this last title, ThinkingWest also offers a great books list compiled for familiarizing a reader with the West's most influential classical book titles. Finally, I would like to draw your attention to one of Christian's contributions, which refers explicitly to Oswald Spengler. Its title is The Great Tree of Western Civilization. In this article, Christian refers to the ancient roots of Western civilization, to the development of its stem in the form of what we call classical tradition, and to the worldwide spread of its branches. He concludes this essay with the following words: "The great tree of the West must at this point decide whether to die at the hands of its modern self-defeating philosophies, or to remember, as in a distant memory, its source of life and vitality that made it stretch out and touch the four corners of the world. Only by this latter mode will the Western tree grow again." Spengler couldn't have put it better. Thank you very much.